Hi there, it's Efe here. How are you all doing? Today I'm here to give you some updates on my challenge, the Don't Complain Challenge. The first one, first experience I want to share with us is the experience I had when I received a text message or a note or a chat. It was a chat. A WhatsApp chat with a Zoom link, and immediately I concluded in my mind that it was a Zoom link for a meeting, and I started complaining in me, saying, oh, we were not given enough notice for this meeting. The second experience I had was in my office. My colleague brought some files for me to work on, and immediately in my mind also I started complaining, asking, why didn't she work on the files? Why did she have to bring them to me? In the first instance, there was even no meeting. That Zoom link was just an informational link. So there was even no meeting. So there was no cause for me to complain. In the second instance, the files my colleague brought to me were files I had worked on before, and it only made sense for me to continue to work on them or to follow up on them or to conclude what I had started. So there was, again, no reason for me to complain. What are the two things I learned? First of all, I would say, in the challenge, we said that we should look for something to be grateful to God for instead of complaining once we realize that we are complaining. And so for the first instance, I just wanted to thank God that be grateful that I have somebody to send a link to me. A lot of people are lonely. They don't have anybody to talk to them. They don't have anyone to connect with. They don't have anyone to relate with. And then in the second instance, I was grateful that I had a colleague that brought the files that I had worked on previously to my attention. So the two lessons I learned, first of all, I should have the facts before I conclude anything. And that's what I want to admonish us and advise us as well. Have the facts before you conclude. Don't complain because I did not have the facts. First of all, I didn't open the link. I just assumed that it was a link to a meeting. And then in the second instance, I didn't even check the files. I just assumed she was bringing new files for me to work on. And there were files I had worked on before. So I just assumed, and my assumptions were wrong. How many times do we assume wrongly and then make conclusions and complain? So I found out that really there was nothing to complain about in these two instances. The second thing I learned was that when I complained, I was complaining inside of me. A lot of times we complain outwardly, but the most dangerous one is the one we do within us that nobody knows except you yourself complaining. And when you complain, it's a negative thought, and negative thoughts give birth to negative habits, and habits die hard, and habits form behaviors, they form characters. So if we're not careful with our thoughts, then we'll form negative and bad habits, and those habits may die hard. So the Bible says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. That's what Napoleon Hill's book, The Strangest Secret, also emphasizes on. He says, you will become what you think about. What are you thinking about? Is it positive? Is it negative? Even the Bible says that you should guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. The Bible also says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What is the abundance of your heart? What's in your heart? What are you speaking from your heart? What are you thinking in your heart? If we have negative thoughts and we don't nip them in the bud, then they become habits, like I said, and they become characters, they become behaviors. What are you thinking in your heart? So I'm continuing with the challenge. I hope you are continuing with yours too. And like I mentioned in the first video, that I watched a webinar from a guy in a mastermind group that I usually attend. You know, I attend a mastermind group of like-minded people, and I will encourage you to have your own mastermind group as well of like-minded people, people that you can rub minds with, you know, and develop yourselves. So if you want to join this group, you can click the link below. The group has helped me in my self-development. It has helped me in my mindset change. It's helping me in developing my behavior as well, my character, my attitude. So if you want to join this group, you can click the link below to learn more. And I will see you on the next video. But before then, stay blessed, stay inspired, and stay grateful. Take care.